This is DMP Kenya, and welcome back to Turning the Mirror podcast. This is where we bring you the reflection of politics and governance across our country, Kenya. And today we are looking into this trending hashtag as of yesterday that 12 million strong. And it was getting alongside with this other hashtag that Kikuyu privilege. And Kenyans are wondering, is this something organic or was it sponsored? And if sponsored, by who? Welcome, Kwach.
Thank you. So I'd say that this specific hashtag, 12 million strong, was sponsored. Yeah. And why am I saying so? Yeah. You see, if you look at the already formed political affiliations, look at the broad-based government, that is Ruto-Raila-led affiliation, the Gachagua-led affiliation, what people today see as the opposition, and then the Omtata, the Maraga, and other candidates who are trying to position themselves better for 2027 presidential elections. Each and every of these groups do speak of a certain total number of votes that they want out in 2027. Some of them are even pushing for this when it comes to voter registration. Yeah. And therefore, there are those who speak of 10 million strong. There are those who speak of 5 million strong. And so for you to hear 12 million strong, it means there's a specific politician or a group of politicians who have sponsored this. Okay. And therefore, I'd say that this was sponsored because as it was trending, it was also trending alongside what you just told us, the Kikuyu privileges. Yeah. And remember, over the past 1 year, we've had politicians, most so the MPs, the members of parliament, and a group of senators who are affiliated to the broad-based government. Most so members of ODM from Luo Nyanza region. Yeah. To be specific, I can mention the likes of Gladys Wanga. I can mention who is the governor of Homa Bay. Yeah. I can mention someone who has been so vocal about this is Opondo Kaluma, the member of parliament for Homa Bay town, among others, including Junet Mohammed. They've been saying hatutoki, which is okay anyway, but then they come and then try playing along tribal cards. And we also have some CSs who have also been brought into this. If you listen to CS of Treasury, the Finance Cabinet Secretary, that is Mbadi, and CS for Energy, Opiyo Wandayi, they've also been playing to the tunes of this tribal card. Okay. And therefore, you've been hearing most of them talk about the Luo community has been left behind for some time, and therefore it is their time to be in government and their time to also enjoy and let other people, in this case they refer to the Kikuyu nation, to take part now as the opposition.
You know, the 12 million strong, it's not just about the Luo community. Is it like they're trying to bring all these other tribes against the Kikuyu nation?
Of course, what has been going on, you're very right. What has been going on is that the political class and mainly those who are affiliated now to the Ruto-led government have been trying to unite the Rift Valley region, the Luo Nyanza region, the Western region, the Luo Nation, the Somali, the Coastal region. All these communities together against one nation called the Kikuyu nation. And therefore, if you listen to how these politics are being played, you know many people accuse Gachagua of being tribal. Yeah. But in real sense, that is the politics of Kenya. Yeah. Because Gachagua speaks politics. Of course, he speaks things and everything he does is tribal. But again, if you listen to what Ruto speaks out there, because when Ruto was in Nyanza, just the other day, he told those in Nyanza that one, this area has been out of government or have been neglected for a very long time. Yeah. And therefore, it is your turn to also be in government. Yeah. And therefore, in 2027, we are working together and we are uniting to ensure we pass this opposition baton to another region. Yeah. Again, when he's somewhere like in Mombasa today or coast, he speaks and says that we are forming a broad-based government that every Kenyan belongs. Yeah. So I'm trying to wonder if the Nyanza is getting out of opposition as per the words of Ruto. Yeah. And therefore they are passing that baton of opposition to another region. Then again he comes here and says that this government is for everybody. Then now who is this that the government is not for them, but the opposition is for them? while at the same time the government is for everybody within the
Let me
Kenyan.
also turn the conversation into another angle. Let's look into the Kikuyu privilege. How true could this be, all other factors aside?
What we can say is that Kikuyu nation has had 2 presidents.
Yeah.
Both of them have served for 10 years each, and that is 20 years.
Yeah.
We had Kibaki, one of the biggest reformists Kenya ever had since Kenya got independence. And then later we had Uhuru Kenyatta. That is back to back. Yeah. Actually, they've had 3 presidents. I'm wrong. Because the founding father was a Kikuyu, Mzee Jomo Kenyatta, who served. And then again, we had Moi Kibaki, who came after Moi, and then Uhuru Kenyatta. So in Kenya, Kikuyu community has had the highest number of presidents since Kenya got independence.
Or is it just Kikuyu or the Gema community?
The Gema community.
Okay, good.
Because remember, of course, if we talk about Kikuyu, remember Mzee Jomo Kenyatta was the father to Uhuru Kenyatta.
Yeah, that's true.
So that means it's a family from Gatundu. And then Kibaki came from Othaya. Yeah? So these 2 presidents when they were serving, it is true, because if you go to central Kenya, they have very good roads. Yeah, they have very good roads, and they have very good infrastructure. Even if you talk about educational, the higher learning institutions, most of them are in central Kenya. Yeah, because even just along Thika Road alone, you'll get so many universities. And but again, I'd not say that, in as much as yes, that privilege comes with leadership at times in Kenya, whereby people believe our person will automatically serve us well, so we vote for him or her because they are our people. You know, if we just now talk about reality, let's talk about Nyanza, for example. For the very few resources that maybe Nyanza had, for example, roads, all the electoral cycles that we've had in Kenya, aside 2002, Nyanza has always been on the roads, burning those very roads. So remember, this is a road serving the nation, but you are the very beneficiaries of the road, but then you are burning it. Because at the end of the day, once the protests are over, the potholes and all the dangers that come with the whatever you did during the protests, it is you who are going to face this. So it is us from Nyanza that destroyed our very own roads. Number 2, let's talk about leadership. So we are saying, yes, the Gema community had that privilege and they were served. But then what did the Nyanza people do with maybe the resources they had? If we talk about leadership, today, we have counties, devolution. And so we have counties with allocated revenues that are meant for development, among other things. If you look at the counties of Nyanza, those who have been in the position since 2013 when the devolution started, most of these counties, either they were so corrupt or those who were elected into the office were either elected there because a specific figure in the Nyanza politics said so or ordered so, or because people were kind of rewarding them for what they have done in the political field without looking at their past and what they've done in matters development.
Oh, good.
Again, today, if you look at the constituencies, take example of Ndindi Nyoro, MP, one of the MPs in central Kenya. With the CDF, just the money allocated within the CDF, he is doing so much. Developing schools, doing roads which are not meant for the national government, among many other things. And he's doing them so well that at times he even forgets about politics. Then go to now Luo Nyanza or Western Kenya, where now these people are seeing that have been neglected from the government, which is true anyway, they've been neglected. But what happens with the very leaders who are elected and given the very resources that are given to the other leaders within the other areas?
Oh, good.
Because they, if you look at it in terms of development, these leaders, they politic more than what they do on the ground. And at the end of the day, we are there helping Baba. So in Luo Nyanza or in Luya land, you are elected because you are going to help Baba fight huko juu. Tunaenda kusaidia Baba kupigana huko juu. Which has never come.
Okay,
and so people are elected in that line, not in terms of delivery, not in terms of how you present yourself to the public or what you have done in the past, or maybe your track record. Kusaidia Baba. And therefore, once one specific figure who is very much respected says that so and so Tosha, that is it. And so you realize that most of these constituencies within Western Kenya keep languishing in poverty with very poor infrastructure because of bad leadership that is inculcated either by a specific political party or maybe because of a specific political affiliation or because it was given so by one respected leader that the community holds very high. Yes. So I tend to believe that in as much as, yes, we can say that some parts of the country have always been elected. That is true. But then these people also have their very own elected leaders that can also do something aside the presidency.
Good. Oh, that's a question of leadership and resources allocated to different regions. And we can also hear from what our audiences have to say.
Yes.
But let us look at this. You know, if these people are trying to bring this such a hashtag into place, that Kikuyu privilege, it's like they're playing tribal cards.
Yes.
They want to fight tribes against tribes. But even if we also look at the opposition side, the Gachagua side, we realize they're also playing with their tribe.
Yes.
But aside all that, let us look into the reality. Is this the real revolution that the Kenyan people are yearning for, or this is something else?
One, when the Gen Z went out, for example, we can look, because that is the immediate revolution we had. When the Gen Z, they went out, number one, we were tribeless. We were leaderless. And we were fighting for what we wanted, what we call change, a revolution. And when you look at how this went on, and what other political figures have done before, the likes of Matiba, the likes of Raila Odinga before, the likes of Miguna, they were not fighting for ethnic-based politics, but they were fighting for issue-based politics. They are fighting because today, if we talk about 12 million strong, we are uniting all these communities against one community or against this community. We are not doing any justice because health is sick. The health system is sick. Agriculture is sick. The education system, things are not working. And all these sectors, they are not working. And at the end of the day, we want the government that delivers, sectors that are working, are moving, and we want our people to be very safe. We want our economy to be stable so that you can see whatever you are working for is exactly what you are getting. But at the end of the day, you realize that these politicians, they are the very, very politicians who are there during Moi regime. They keep regrouping and grouping and realigning, trying to sell false hope to Kenyans. But what Kenyans want is not what these politicians are portraying. Kenyans are not after ethnic-based issues. Very few of them who maybe are not ready to open their minds and eyes and can call people every names, and they are still the people who maybe might buy the very ideology of these politicians. But majority of Kenyans, even those who are silent, are looking for change. They are looking for a good leadership. You know, you should not elect somebody because you are punishing a specific person or a specific tribe. But you should elect somebody because he is going to do exactly what a leader is supposed to do.
And again, still on the Gen Z revolution, you see these people are talking about 12 million strong. And just the Gen Zs and a little bit of millennials who will be eligible to vote by 2027, you realize they're even slightly above 10 million voters. Is it that these people being considered out of this game?
Yes, when they're talking about 12 million strong, they are adding votes as per the presently registered voters within the IEBC servers or the IEBC system. And they are talking about how the voter turnout was and exactly how the voters are registered per region. So if they assume this region supports this cause, then they add it to the basket. And at the end of the day, they have 12 million votes in total. And that is the narrative they are driving. Forgetting that there is a certain voting bloc that is coming up and are not interested with that ethnic thing.
Oh, good. Nice conversation here. Let's hear from what you have to say about all this. What is really happening? What do you think? And what do you see coming next? Ensure you like this video, share with your friends and relatives whatsoever, and subscribe to DMP Kenya. Thank you. Welcome again next time.